If you want to succeed as a media buyer in 2026, the most important thing you need to develop is a complete skill stack. Just knowing how to launch campaigns is not enough. The media buying game has changed a ton in the last year. AI tools are handling more of the technical work. Clients are expecting strategic thinking, not just campaign management, so the bar is higher, and you need to keep up. The skill stack I'm going to break down in this video is the same one I've used to train dozens of media buyers at my agency Adacted. Over the past 3 years, my team and I have generated over 50 million in revenue for our clients using meta ads. I've watched media buyers go from charging 2K a month to pulling in 6 figures. I've also watched others plateau and wash out. The difference always comes down to these 4 categories. So in this video, I'm going to take you through the complete breakdown: meta ads, technical understanding, creative analysis, communication skills, and business strategy. I'll show you the basic level and the advanced level of each one, so you know exactly where you stand right now and what you need to work on next. The biggest question I get from media buyers when they're just starting out or already managing 6-figure ad spends is, what skills do I actually need to level up now? This video answers that question, so you can build the skill stack that makes you worth your weight in gold. Let's get into it. If you want to be a great media buyer in 2026, you need to have these skills. So I've interviewed hundreds of media buyers while building my agency Adacted, and what separates a junior media buyer struggling to get a job versus an in-demand 6-figure salary media buyer is a lot more than just setting up campaigns and watching numbers and budgets. That's not even close to the full picture. There's a whole world between that and what actually makes a great media buyer. So it all comes down to these core skill categories. The first one is the meta ads technical understanding, and this also goes a lot deeper than large chunk of people applying for these jobs think it does. So there's the meta ads technical understanding, creative understanding, communication skills, and business strategy, and I'm going to explain all of this in a moment. So the meta ads technical understanding part: without technical knowledge, you're not a media buyer. You're just someone clicking buttons in a sequence. You need to understand the basic functions and how they work and how to connect them to achieve certain business objectives. So basic level skills, in my opinion, are these: building campaigns, setting up exclusion audiences, understanding how to analyze and adjust budgets, knowledge of basic account structures if you want to generate leads or if you want to generate purchases, when to use ABO, when to use CBO, how to use filters to filter data, how to utilize breakdown settings, understanding basic metrics like CPA, CPC, CTR, CPM, ROAS. You should know all of these by heart. And most importantly, you have to be able to build a report and tell a story based on these basic metrics that I just mentioned. Just saying what is not enough. You need to have your own opinion about these numbers and why they are how they are. But if you want to be truly great, you need to understand more about attribution and bidding. So 7-day click, 1-day view versus 7-day click versus 1-day click. What's the difference? When should you use what? Mastering bidding strategies. So when to use lowest cost, when to use cost caps, bid caps. What's the difference between them? And you need to know how to use these things to get closer to the objective that your client actually cares about. So all of these tools exist there to serve you, and they can be incredibly powerful if you know how to use them, but just using them for the sake of it also doesn't make sense. And then there are more advanced metrics that I've noticed junior media buyers don't really pay attention to. And some of the metrics are new customer acquisition costs, lifetime value, and from the creative side, hook rates, hold rates. And most importantly, when starting out with all of this, you need to understand that these things all exist out there, but you need to be able to focus on what matters for that specific client and when to use specific metrics. You don't need everything all the time. The biggest difference between juniors and experts is that junior media buyers talk about what happened, but experts talk about why it happened and have opinions about it. So strategic thinking. You need to be able to form your own hypotheses about performance and suggest and implement actions based in data. So an example of that could be Meta is going after our existing customers because the CPA is cheaper, but your actual business isn't growing because of that. So we need to start focusing on new customer acquisition. That might be an insight that a junior might not see. Then, as a great media buyer, you need to understand content and creative. This is where I see most media buyers fall short. Basic level creative understanding is understanding angles, understanding formats, how to tell a story using the hook rate, hold rate, and hook strength. These are all tools that you can then take and tell your team the hook rate was bad, but people actually stayed through the video. So these are tools that you can then use to tell your creative team, improve the hook rate or improve the hold rate. You might notice patterns like the hook was really great, but the video didn't carry through, or the opposite. Maybe the body section was really good, or just the hook didn't have the right idea. So you need to have a basic understanding of common creative formats in your client's category and be able to instruct your team on basic direction on what works inside that account right now. If you want to get to the advanced level of creative understanding, you need to start building your own swipe file. So as a media buyer working in different accounts, you're going to see a lot of different winning ads, but you're also going to see losing ads. And so building your own swipe file helps you start building your own baggage of experiences that you can then take to different clients to have as references. Or maybe you've seen something work in an industry and have an idea on how to apply it to a different industry. When a media buyer comes to us and they have their own swipe file with the different ideas and previous winners, it brings an immense value to the team and to the clients that we're working with. Another important skill with creative is pattern recognition. First off, as I mentioned, collecting winning ads is incredibly important, but also just studying ads constantly. What kind of ad copies are they using? What's the pacing like? What happens after analyzing hundreds and thousands of ads is that you start to subconsciously see patterns and you start developing a gut feeling about if a certain ad is going to work or not. And this is also a really good exercise to do with your team, is before launching an ad, asking your media buyer what they think about that and if they think it's going to perform. So we even used to do little fun games like this based on predictions. Another important part with creatives is understanding message alignment. So there are these little nuggets that can really improve performance if you're smart enough to notice them. Some of the things might be like if your ad promises free shipping, but you don't have it on your landing page. When someone comes in with the expectation of free shipping and they don't see it on the page, they might be put off. And so noticing these small little things, or maybe you see certain content missing from the landing page that should be there, or information or things, anything like that you can just contribute. You don't need to be a writer for this, but you need to have common sense and be able to see through fresh eyes. So if you're able to notice these, what we call gaps, these are going to really help your performance, and your ad account is going to perform way better if you notice things like this. So what I recommend is with every new client that you get, go to their website, analyze their funnel, the content they're showing, analyze the competitors. What's the difference there? Are there any trends? There might be certain sections or things that are very common in that specific industry. And so noticing those things and being able to, again, interpret them for your client is incredibly valuable. And then something that you just want to be developing in general is cross-discipline knowledge. So being interested in basic psychology, persuasion, understanding basic graphic design principles, basic copywriting fundamentals, video editing basics. These things are very often enough to catch a bad creative before it publishes. So if you can have an opinion when an ad comes to you and you're asked to launch it, if you see that the headline is a bit weird, or a placement is strange, or maybe the pacing of the ad doesn't flow as well as you would like, or maybe there's a psychological misalignment somewhere there, then it's incredibly valuable if you can take that information and go back to your team and talk to them about it, because you are the closest person to the numbers. And so you're going to have the most information on how people respond to the content that the team is putting out. Third is communication skills. And I feel like this is the most underrated skill in media buying. The core principles, in my opinion, are that if people don't understand you, typically that's your fault. So you need to improve your delivery, your tonality, how you write things. Then as a media buyer, because you're handling a lot of money for people, you want to be quick and responsive. So if someone has to wait days to hear from you, it creates a lot of uncertainty in them, and I feel like it's one of the quickest things to destroy trust. Another really important thing is to never, ever lie. You want to present news as they are, good or bad. Bad things happen in business every day. It's not something unusual, but if you hide something and if it then comes out later, that's extremely damaging again. So you want to be the first one to communicate those things, and you never want to wait to be prompted. So if someone has to ask you like, hey, why is the performance down? Or why did we have such a bad day yesterday? Then you're too late already. You need to be the first one to say, hey, we had this happen. This is how we're working on it. These are my ideas on how to fix it. Never wait for a client or for whoever you're working for to reach out to you with these things. And now if you want to take your communication skills to a pro level, these are the things you should be following. So before every call, think about what the person is going to ask. Have your answers ready. Analyze the data. Know the numbers. You want to look like a mind reader, and you need to be able to answer the real questions that are behind that data. So an example of that could be, why is the cost per acquisition up? And typically the client isn't asking for a technical explanation. The reason behind that question typically is, should I be worried? Are we able to hit our revenue goals? What's happening? They want your opinions on what's happening because you're in that account every day, deep in the trenches. So it really comes down to emotional intelligence. And as a media buyer, you need to be able to think first and not act immediately. Media buying can be a very stressful job from time to time, especially when businesses are experiencing downturns. And so the people that you're working with might also get really stressed out and ask you to do crazy things. And sometimes you need to have the strength to say no to those things and really fight against unwise decisions when you know what's really happening. As I mentioned, you're the closest to the data, so you need to be able to stay calm when clients are upset. The best way I've found to do it is to acknowledge the concern, make sure that the person talking with you understands that you have completely understood what they're asking for, and then present a plan. And if you want to include as much data and then turn that data, as I mentioned, into a story that makes sense. This is how you keep clients long term. So you don't want to be saying basic things like, yeah, the CPA is 47. Instead, as a professional, you want to answer questions like, so what? Now what? A good example might be CPA is 47, which is 15% below target. So we actually have room to scale our budget by 30% and we can still hit our margins with that increased spend. So that's a huge difference between just reporting and being really highly valuable business partner. And finally, if you want to become a great media buyer, you need to understand business strategy. Business strategy is what separates media buyers from growth partners. And so, it's actually kind of funny. If you think about all of those things, you already have such a big part of basically being a business owner. And so what I've noticed is some of the best media buyers that we worked with have had their own businesses before because it's such a multifaceted skill. Basic level to business understanding is knowing the business model that your client is running. Is it a high ticket business? Is it a volume play? Is it a subscription focused business, or are they trying to make a lot of profit on the first purchase? How are they maximizing their profits? Because if you don't understand those things, you're going to be optimizing for the wrong objectives. If you want to become advanced at understanding business strategy, you need to start start diving even deeper. So if you're in that account and you see a specific product variation crushing it, you need to tell your client to make more of that stuff. Or you're seeing certain bundles outperform or anything like that that can improve the product. Maybe you see the comments from the customers. Maybe you see complaints. All of that is incredibly valuable for every business owner because it helps them make the product more valuable. Another great thing to understand is pricing and offer strategy. If you're constantly hitting a CPA wall in your ad account, it might be that the pricing needs adjustment. Maybe there's a new competitor that's undercutting everyone and stealing market share. And just looking at that account from the inside, sometimes it can be very difficult to understand these things. Same thing with if you have great CTR and great ad account metrics, but people are not buying, you need to start looking into offers. What's on the landing page? How is the offer presented? Again, is something off with pricing or the offer itself? Sometimes you can deploy tools like free shipping, guarantees, and limited time bonuses, which can directly impact your ability to scale. So when you start thinking at this level of sophistication, you're not just a media buyer anymore. You become a real growth partner. So to recap these 4 core points, if you want to become a great media buyer in 2026, you need to have deep meta ads technical understanding. You need to understand creatives. You need to be great at communication and also business strategy. It sounds really crazy, and at this point you might be thinking, why don't I just start my own business? But that's the thing about business. Even though you have such a deep knowledge pool, there's still way more information that makes a business run. But if you master all of these skills, you're guaranteed to be an incredibly valuable person to anyone you work with. So here's your roadmap. If you're just starting out, go back, rewatch the video, and master the basic level of each. If you just start mentioning these things on your interviews, you're gonna increase your chances of getting hired by so much, like 2x, 5x. If you're working with clients right now, look into the advanced skills. If you can deploy 1 or 2 within the next quarter, you're going to be way further than most of the media buyers out there. And that's where the real money is made as well. So media buyers who win in 2026 aren't just technicians anymore. They become growth partners. That's the gold standard now. If you liked this lesson, please like and subscribe. And if you want expert help with your ad accounts, go to adacted.com to work with me directly. We have years of experience and we've managed millions in ad spend for clients in different industries, in different sizes. Whether you're just starting out or you're scaling past 100K ad spends a day, we can help you out. Thank you so much and see you soon.